Actually, what I wanted to add on is, as per what my colleague have said, it's all about pressure from the ground. And we, as Kenyans community, we ask ourselves, why haven't we had election for the last 8 years or 6 years? Aki, to be frank, I think this is the first time Kedesa will be doing the elections, because as per my understanding is that most of the leaders who are in Kedesa were nominated in different regions. So this is the term we're going to be having elections, and this is the term now the normal mwananchi or the normal Kenyan in South Africa will have an opportunity to elect a leader that he knows is a integrity leader, honest leader, and transparent leader. When it comes in terms of funds, why Kedesa doesn't have funds, we should look at the root cause why Kedesa doesn't have funds. It starts with the leadership. If the leadership is not right, then Kedesa itself or the body itself, it won't have funds. So we need, first of all, to elect people who know where the body that's
you have raised a very good point, and I think what you are really bringing on is a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, thank you.
I think Bwana Alan and everyone will bear me with this. We need leaders to have a declaration, because there's no way we can have leaders who are doing the same business Kedesa would do with the embassy. I think, if I'm wrong, I beg to be corrected, but I think this is where now the issue of conflict of interest is popping up, and people are not able to serve the Kenyan community because their interests come first. Because there's no way, if there are tenders, you end up having those tenders of those opportunities, the opportunities that should have been run by Kedesa.
And just to come in, and that is the real issue why we didn't have elections, because there are some people who didn't want election to happen. The issue of COVID, and I think we should stop talking about COVID anymore. We had one of the biggest economy in the world, or democracy, which is US of A, conducting elections in the middle of pandemic, in 2020. And then we have Kedesa, which is only 18 members who are going to Pretoria to elect the national, the NEC, saying that even now, blaming COVID almost in 2024. So I think it goes back to the point, the people who are there, and I want to thank those leaders that we have had there before, Bwana Kagiri, they brought Kedesa, Bwana Kamato brought Kedesa to the people, but the real transaction of Kedesa was not brought to the people. The same thing South Africans, they are fighting for. They say, no, 1994, you guys, you give us freedom. But where is the money? Where is the wealth? Where is the transaction? And I think that's what happened with Kedesa. Kedesa was taken to the regional leaders, and I can tell you, all those regional leaders we have had from Eastern Cape, guys like Timodo, Free State, Kioko Donye, all these people, they didn't know absolutely what is happening in Kedesa. And that's what we must change.
Yeah, I think that is very good when you speak about that, especially Alan and him, because you guys are vying for those big possessions.
Yeah.
So when you speak about this, I think you will at least demonstrate to us your manifesto very well, so that at least, because you know what is eating the Kedesa as an organization, then we should have leaders that first understand the challenges that went through and what we should probably implement to bring the impact.
I think this is captured very well by Albert Einstein when he said insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different result. So those contesting and those who want to hold offices in Kedesa, they really need to have manifestos, their personal manifesto, and those manifestos to align with Kedesa manifestos, because there's no way you can work outside the scope of the mission and the vision of organization. And on this, there's something I heard Bwana Alan mention, and I think it's a gray area. The Constitution states that 9 officials, and according to Article 7 of Kedesa Constitution, that representing all the provinces, that to have a slot in the per province to vie for a position in NEC. So when you talk about 18 members, 18, does it mean it's going to be 2 per province, or it's 1? I think there is a gray area that, and again,
with our
just 1
discussion
minute.
that-
Again, I think limiting that to one person per province, nominee per province, I think that is unfair. It's a little bit unfair.
Yeah.
I think because it's a nomination,
Yeah.
I think it's my view, my personal view, it should be taken, the number should be go up to 2.
Okay, PK, I think there you are missing, I mean, the people who are going to Pretoria, to my understanding, and I think Bona SG, Mr. Isaac, he need to come to the podcast and explain all these. We cannot be explaining about Kedesa and we have not been there. So I think the people who have been there, the people who founded the constitution, they need to come and, because even what is happening in the Kedesa main WhatsApp group, people, they are confused. I saw people, I saw some comment there, people saying, hey, no, I will vote for so and so. I can tell you, in that WhatsApp group of about 900 Kenyans, they think they will vote. SG came to that group and told everyone, go back to your region, give us the delegates. The delegates are the one who are going to come and give the delegates the mandate. Those are the people who are going to go and vote and this is where PK is missing the point.
But I'm reading as per the constitution.
No, per the constitution.
Per the notice, sorry.
Yes, you are only reading the first part. The first part, we have 9 representatives. Those will be elected.
Those are nominated nominee from the provinces.
Those are office bearers. No, the nominee from provinces, as per my understanding, there are 18 nominees. And I think even Bona SG, he did explain that in the interim group. There are 18, there are 2 people who will be going to as delegates. You know,
per province.
Per province. Okay? Remember, it's not 9 people who are
okay, the position available, it's for 9 people.
Yeah.
The neck, that will form the neck.
Yeah.
Okay, but now we shift to that and we shift to how many nominees should the province give? Is it 9? Is it 2 nominees? 2. Or 1?
It's 2.
No, I think the question you should be asking.
Don't confuse with the
when we leave
working committee.
No,
National Working Committee.
Let's start from there.
Yes.
When we Western Cape 2 delegates, they leave here to go to Pretoria.
Yes.
To go and vote.
Yes.
They will go 2 people. Okay, those are the delegates. National Working Committee, 18 members. Then those 2 people per province is given 1 slot.
1 slot.
And actually, I don't know whether it's given.
Okay? Now, if those 2 are going to vote, you're saying are 2. Okay. Are they eligible to stand?
Yes, we can have one going for the chairmanship, another one going for deputy treasurer. You know, and both of them, they are still in.
I think it's a gray area that our SG needs to really, because from my understanding is that the National Working Committee is made up of the regional chair and the deputy chair, who are elected in the regional, and then they elect one person or they nominate one person to go vie in the neck. Though these two, the chair and the chairperson, the chair and the vice chairman, vice chair per province, they'll be voting.
Before we give the other panel this side, we have Limpopo and Mpumalanga.
Yes.
Yesterday we saw that they gave us their 3 officials in the region, because it's one region. Limpopo and Mpumalanga, they fall under one region.
Yes.
And you can see clearly what SG said. SG said, now we have the 3 officials from that region, and automatically, out of those 3, they will appoint the 2 delegates who will now go and contest for the national seats.
Okay. On the you have something to add. You had something to say.
Yes. On the same sentiment, Bwana Kago was talking about. What I wanted to say, for example, because there is a lot of confusion and I've seen it in the group. People are getting confused. When we say we're gonna give 2 slots, do these 2 slots include those people who are vying for the chairmanship, or does it include those people who are vying for the neck? Because there are people who are gonna be on the neck, and the people who's gonna vie for the chairmanship. So there is a little bit of a confusion there, which I think Bwana SG should come out and clear.
I think there is a little bit of confusion, which our current SG from Durban, Bwana Isaac Ivenji, should really maybe come out and really explain this to
invite him on the pod
Yeah,
show,
on-
man.
on-
We come here and we
Yeah,
hear our
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
We don't want these Kedesa people who are just everywhere. Even Mr. B, I mean, you have his contact number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell him the podcast is open, you know.